Today I'm here to do a poem or a poem, whatever pronunciation you're comfortable with. The name of the poem is The Laburnum. Just down the road from where I live, a lone laburnum grows. It does not advertise itself, unlike the cawing crows. But like the cawing crows, you'd say there's nothing to this tree. Its height is unremarkable, its leaves so ordinary. But come the summer, golden light is trapped within the tree. In May, the crystallized sunbeams burst out for all to see. The thundery grey sky casts its gloom on everything in sight. But the little tree is quite untouched. It burns with topaz light. Flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle every eye, and every puff of a wayward breeze drops gold on passerby. Even the beggar down the street smiles when he sees this tree, and for some moments he can feel a joy that comes for free. So, this is a really nice and an interesting poem. First, let's figure out what is the rhyming scheme. What is the rhyming scheme? The rhyming scheme is A, B, C, and B. Okay, so just down the road where I live. What does this line mean? Just the place nearby where I live. For example, just down the road I live is a grocery store. That means nearby your house there's a grocery store. Very nearby, just next to the road. So the poet is saying just down the road where she lives, a lone laburnum grows. What's the catch over here? The catch is if you read it together, alone, you understand the meaning of this. Even if you do not read it together, you know the meaning of the word lone means lonely. So you can read it either ways. Alone laburnum trees or alone laburnum trees. So the meaning over here is clear that the laburnum trees is the only tree growing there and there's nothing around it. Okay. Next line, it does not advertise itself. Now what does this line mean? What do you mean by advertising itself? Why do we advertise something? We advertise something so that it gets noticed. People knows about it. But over here, the poet is saying that the tree does not advertise itself. That means the tree is not doing anything to get noticed. He's already the only tree over there and it's not even doing anything to get noticed, unlike the cawing crows. Okay, unlike the crows makes this sound, cawing sound, caw, 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 so that they gets noticed. Now, even suppose you're sitting on your window and studying, near your window and studying, and there's a crow outside. You will never notice it unless it starts making the sound, it starts making the cawing sound, caw, caw, caw. You wouldn't know that there's a crow outside unless you actually see it or you're trying to observe it. So, by cawing, the crow makes himself noticed. So he advertises himself by cawing. But over here, the tree does not do anything to advertise itself, basically to get itself noticed, unlike the crows who are cawing and trying to grab the attention of people. Clear? Now, in the next paragraph, the poet is trying to explain the situation of the laburnum tree to the next level. She's saying, like the cawing crows, you would say, there's nothing to this tree. That, like the crows make the sound of cawing to get themselves noticed, there is nothing special about this tree. The height is unremarkable, its leaves so ordinary. She's saying that this tree does not have a very remarkable height or something really extraordinary about itself. Even the leaves are so ordinary, like so basic. When a passerby wouldn't even notice that this, wow, that's a nice tree. They wouldn't, because that's a very unremarkable height, so normal and so ordinary leaves. So she is describing the tree further, that how, ordinary and basic that tree is, that the person, a normal person who's not even interested in trees would never notice it. Okay, so this is basically the meaning of the second paragraph. In the next paragraph, the poet is saying the thundery grey sky casts its gloom on everything in sight. Now what does this line means? This line indicates that there's a change in weather. Now the weather has become cloudy and it's windy and it's about to rain, so therefore there are thunders. And when there's this kind of weather, the cloud and the sky, all the clouds in the sky, they turn gray and dark bluish in color. So everything is gray. And when this kind of weather is there, it looks very gloomy, very scary, very spooky. So now this gray, spooky, and this gloomy sky has casted its shadow on everything inside. Cast का मतलब क्या होता है? Cover कर देना. Everything is being covered with this gloomy and spooky grey thundery sky. But there's this little tree which is quite untouched. Now the poet is saying सारा कुछ ऐसे dark हो गया है, gloomy सा लग रहा है, but this one tree, इस पे ऐसा कुछ भी नहीं हुआ. This is untouched by the thundery grey sky. It is still shining bright with the topaz light, it burns with topaz light, which means topaz light over here is used as a synonym to describe the sunlight, the golden light. So burning means shining. So over here the poet is saying that when the weather has changed and everything is covered by the gloomy shadows and the gloomy cast of the sky, grey cast of the sky, there's only this one thing left, that's this little tree which seems to be quite untouched as it is still shining with the sunlight. So that means कभी कभी ऐसा होता है ना, सब कुछ ऐसे ग्रे हो गया बट एक चीज है जिसपे से sunlight आ रही है. So over here that is the tree. So that kind of situation is this is a situation that the author is trying to explain. Now moving ahead to the next paragraph. Remember in the second paragraph I told you that line has two meanings. See, flowers of sunshine. Flowers of sunshine means जो sun rays की वजह से वो beautiful yellow flowers आए हैं, it cloaks the tree. Cloak क्या होता है? Cloak is like a big coat which you use to cover something. ठीक है? Flowers of sunshine cloak the tree and dazzle every eye. So अभी तक क्या था? अभी तक the tree was pretty ordinary and it had nothing remarkable about it. But now, due to these bright flowers of sunshine, bright flowers of sunshine means bright yellow flowers, it seems as if the tree has worn a nice beautiful yellow flowery coat and it is dazzling everybody's eyes. Dazzling everybody's eyes means it is attracting everybody's eyes and everybody is saying, wow, what a beautiful tree. Clear? Now, and every puff of the wayward breeze drops gold on passerby. Every puff of a wayward breeze means puff, जैसी हल्की सी भी हवा चलती है, drops gold on passerby. Drops. अब gold का over here, what does the meaning of gold means? Gold means a nice bright yellow flowers. Drop gold on the passerby. तो जैसे कोई पास करता है, beautiful yellow flower गिर जाता है, and इससे क्या होता है? Again the tree gets noticed by everybody. Clear? Poet is saying, even the beggar down the street smiles when he sees this tree. So we hear the poet is actually trying to explain the contradiction. See, in the first paragraph, the poet was saying that this tree is so ordinary. It is, it even does not have any beautiful leaves, or it does not have a remarkable height, and nobody notices it. It is such a random and an ordinary tree. But now, due to the beautiful flowers of sunshine, that means beautiful yellow flowers, the tree has become such an attraction that even the beggar that lives down the street smiles when he sees this beautiful tree. So now, what is a person who has absolutely no luxury in life, no good food, no good place to live? He's basically a beggar because he does not have anything. He asks for everything. He begs and then enjoys little things in life. He has absolutely no luxuries. So he says that, and for some moments, he can feel a joy that comes for free. That the beggar who does not have anything in life and he's moneyless, he cannot afford anything in life, he also smiles at that beautiful tree and feels that this little moment is so beautiful, this joy that is for free. So, do you understand what the poet is trying to say? Initially, the tree was so dull, so ordinary, nobody notices it, and now it has suddenly become so beautiful because of the nice flowers that's bloomed on it, that even a beggar is feeling happy and feeling joyful, and he's enjoying this moment that is absolutely free, but yes, dazzling its eyes and giving him a moment of happiness. Clear? Okay, so let's just recapitulate the entire poem once. I'll tell you some important words. Now, it is in the first paragraph, it says it does not advertise itself. It means that it does not do anything to get noticed. Then it says in the third paragraph, crystallized sunbeams burst out. Burst out over here is blooming of the flowers. So over here, the words such as golden was all about. If you have any doubts, you can ask me in the comment section below, or I'll leave my email. You can drop an email and you can ask me any doubts you have about this. Thanks for watching this video. Please like and subscribe, and if there's anything else that you want me to explain related to any topic in English or grammar or literature or even any other subject such as science or social science, I can make a video on that and I can help you with that topic. Thank you. Have a nice day. Bye bye.